This Korean Zoe main managed to hit 1500 LP and rank 4, guys. He's an absolute freak show on the champion, the best and highest rated in the world. His name translates to, let's say it's sloppy. Bit of a questionable name. I'm not sure what the hidden meaning is behind it, but man, he is an absolute pleasure to watch. So without further ado, let's jump onto the rift, look at his gameplay and how you guys can utilize this in your own divisions to climb some elo. Jumping onto the rift, guys, the Twisted Fate he's up against is no other than Dopa. It's going to be a great matchup. Remember that Zoe is actually countered by Twisted Fate, so Dopa should have the advantage. However, there's definitely opportunities for Zoe to control the matchup in the early game because you should have shoving priority, right? You're going to be able to shove the lane in. Twisted Fate doesn't really have good shove and wave clear until level 9. So it's up to the Zoe to really dictate the early game, set her jungler up for success, and we'll see how Dopa can try and manage this. Now look at the rune page in the bottom left, guys. You got the... I mean, it's an electric setup. It's very basic, but the secondaries, Biscuit Delivery and Time Warp Tonic, okay? Corrupting Potion is the starter. You shouldn't ever lose lane. If you're playing Zoe, you shouldn't ever lose lane, especially if you get early goodie bags like this. We're able to pick it up. It's in Ignite to begin as well. Now, Dopa should be able to try and pressure off this little Ignite. Be able to weave one auto, not too much. Able to get done there. But Zoe at the moment is pretty much one of the best mages in the game. I don't think anyone... The only other mage that people really put above her in a tier list is something like a Victor. But I still think Zoe is much better in SoloQ. I rate Zoe, especially next patch when mages are getting buffed. I think Zoe is going to be coming very strong. As he's already looking for the all-in. Bubble lands and Dopa has to blow the cleanse. If Dopa didn't run that cleanse, he was done. This Zoe solo kills people early. Always. Even in Korean Challenger, he's picking up solo kills in the mid lane, guys. Level 2, level 3, start positioning forward. Look for those goodie bags. Pop your Ignite. He's running Cleanse in this matchup, obviously into the Twisted Fate. But most matchups, try and run the Ignite and cheese out for kills, okay? CS is dead even. Level 4, and we're going to head up into the top side. Lee Sin. Hitting the skirmish as they come in. I don't think they're going to be able to get anything. And Dopa's just going to try and... Let's see if we can get a zoom out here. Perfect. And now you just see Zoe. Like, guys, you can hover really far back and just shove. You can play very safe and controlled on Zoe, okay? I'm wondering what he's going to do with this wave. I think you just clear it. Like, you can't freeze it. Picks up another Ignite. And I miss the days of getting a redemption. Dude, back in my day, I'm pretty old, but we used to be able to get teleport on Zoe from a goodie bag. How ridiculous is that? As this bot lane is getting mighty low. And poor Dopa, he's been stuck around about 900 LP on the Korean server for a while now. It's very obvious he wants to get rank 1. But he's like a good 700 LP off the rank 1 players. So I don't want to call him washed. There's still time left in the season, but... He's been try-hard climbing for a long time now, and he's not able to really get any progress on the server. You gotta be patient, man. His last 100 games or so at a 50% win rate. Like, there's just no progress happening. But the number one thing is keeping steady, not tilting. If you can just maintain your LP, eventually you're gonna get a nice little win streak, I guarantee you. Maybe it's gonna take 1,000 games for it to happen, but... Stay true to your plan. As we pop the Ghost... We get the Ghost. We should pop it into a roam and bot side. And if you notice anything about... Oh, Talia. Okay. Gonna move in now. We flash in instantly. We pop that cleanse on the Nautilus stun. Looking to pick up the Kai'Sa now. Grabs the double. Are we able to get it the triple? Oi, and the Lee Sin pops it. And there's one thing that you notice in SoloQ, guys, like, the good SoloQ players, like, they know when to roam, and usually they're roaming into the bot lane. That's all you need to be really doing. You shove mid lane out, and you roam bot. Obviously, Dopa's almost level 6. He's level 6 now, so he can counter, but it was a little bit awkward time for him. If Dopa was level 6 before that roam, it actually wouldn't have been that great, because he could have countered with it. As he might be looking topside with this, or might look for the reset. And gold in the mid lane. 2.3k to the Zoe. 2.1 for Dopa. And now with no sums, it's a little bit risky as the Zoe. Got to be cautious. Yep. Nice map awareness there on the Nautilus roams. Always be aware if the enemy support is playing Nautilus, Thresh, Leona. They're going to show up mid lane eventually, and it's usually going to be when you don't have any summoners. Beautiful Dopa recall. Stop. That was absolutely tremendous. I get rock hard over the small things like that. It's crazy. I don't care about solo kill. It's just like nice map awareness and timings on the bases. Because that's in high elo how you get advantages, really. Like, solo kills are there, but they don't happen as often as you'd like. So just small, like, macro advantages are more entertaining for me? I don't know. Anyways. We're still not done here. Now, your job as the Zoe is to make sure Dopa doesn't get any good ults. Ideally, you get a deep yellow trinket in the lane, but you don't want to show Dopa where you put it, because then he'll know. If you do recall, or if you, when I don't like to bring it up often, but I'd have versus Dopa, and I did obviously win. But when I went into lane and I warded with yellow trinket, and as soon as I placed it, I knew, I'm like, he's just gonna put a bloody control ward in the mid lane to deny this, and he did it instantly, and it's a classic moment, and I don't like to bring it up. But anyways, you got to get it there when he doesn't see, because I think I did it when he just saw, and it was unfortunate it got cleared. SoloQ shoes in the base here. Interestingly, not picking up Mercs. The reason being is because he has the cleanse, so he doesn't really need it. The SoloQ's going to give you some extra pen. And interestingly, a lot of Zoes still go Ludens. This guy always goes Everfrost. Most of the top tier, higher echelon Zoe players run Everfrost now. And you'll see why in the mid-late game with how he combos. It'll become very evident why it's stronger than the extra damage you're getting off Ludens. It's mainly so that it's just like you are into the Everfrost, and it sets up so much extra engage in CC that's guaranteed. We're an absolute fiesta, and the Zoe's gonna roam down too. Dopa has ult, remember, but he's getting hard shoved in. Look at him hover. TF ult comes through. He's gonna portal in. Beautiful timing on the Zoe. He has to blow his cleanse. No cleanse on TF now. And you see how active on the map this Zoe is? Ooh, that almost hit the Talia. You kill her, get the blue buff, game over. Dude, this Lee Sin means business. He is not stuffing around. Ooh. No cleanse, no cleanse. Pops the cleanse on the Zoe. We're going for the all-in here, baby. Now, Dopa has the Null Magic Mantle. Null Magic Mantle? I always do. Like, it's such a weird name. They really should change that name. It's so stupid. Anyways, he has a little bit too much magic resist for the Zoe to get through, and we're not able to get a solo kill. Careful. Just wants to smite. Cheers, mate. I think Lee Sin is going to pick up the blue buff. I guarantee he's going to get the blue. Every jungler in Korea, second blue is mid laners. It is such... Man, I want to go back to Korean play. It's just heaven. I don't think I've got a single blue buff in my region. Probably going on like 4 months now. I don't get blues. Apparently the mid laners don't get blues, as Riven picks up a solo onto the set. Nice one, mate. And Dopa, not able to come into the game at the moment. Of course, he won't be stressing. He's got a slight experience advantage, I believe. Oh my. Hitbox, very weird. Dopa has no summoners now. I'm expecting a solo kill for Zoe now. She better be able to pull it out. Ezreal drops, but at what cost? Talia looks for the ultimate out. Okay, Seraphine just completely griefed it there. And Dopa sits in the mid lane and gets the plates. This is how it should be. But dude, like, I recommend a lot of you guys to try Zoe at least a couple, like, at least put like 5-10 games in and see if you like her. Because I fell in love with the champ. It's like my best mage. I enjoy playing it so much. One of my most played in SoloQ. It's a super fun champion. Like, even if you're losing, It's just fun, man. Like, you're just jumping around. You got goodie bags coming up. Every game's different. You have weird angles in the towers. Oh, I like these combos. Q, where's the cooldown? No, we don't quite have it. Tenacity for Dopa as well. And there we go. Just when I was talking about it earlier. Zoe puts the yellow trinket down, and Dopa instantly puts the control ward. Must have remembered from my game how good it was. And that's going to deny any vision and tracking of Dopa in the mid lane. Zoe, of course, will try and clear this. I think she's fine. Oi. You can get a really good bubble through this wall here. And you'll just see the Zoe hard shove this and try and deny a wave. Because he's actually down, what's that, 15 CS or so. I'm not going to greed for a plate. We're sitting on 1,500, 1,600 gold. We're actually dead even in gold with Dopa though, because you got a plate, and of course, Twisted Fate passive gives you a lot of extra gold. Dopa making his way in. Gold card. Flick. The dirty little Seraphine now. Noodles hook goes wide. I'm liking the way this Ezreal plays. Zohar. Full name. Dobby's got a lost chapter. And she's going to head around. She's not going to clear the ward. She's going to try and stay under vision, but she's of course spotted there by control ward. And now I think it's Operation Don't Let Dopa come back into the mid lane. Lee. Dude, this Lee Sin is a psycho. Beautiful kick. Zoe's going to move in. Flashes. It just misses, but she has the Ignite to pick it up. Lee Sin should drop to the Kai'Sa, but at what cost? Good juke. We still got the flash, remember? We come straight across. And whenever there's a bloodbath like this, the Zoe is going to excel. This should be the 5th kill of the game for the Zoe. We've got 10 stacks on the Dark Seal. And this is how you need to be playing Zoe. Like, she's essentially had 0 risk this game, right? 0 risk, just playing cleanup on a lot of these fights, trying to get long range poke. Just a nuisance. The bad Zoes are the ones that just take coin flip 1v1s. They extend with no summoners. They always get caught out because you don't actually have that much mobility, okay? We now complete the Everfrost and we're in business. Let's see if the enemy team can bounce back. What are they? They're 3k gold behind. Their late game scaling is really strong though, so let's see. This Riven is a monster. If the flick, no, can't kill. Ooh. And when you play Zoe, the enemy team has no fun at all. They hate this. Like, this is a champion that people get so... Ooh, this could be a good dive. Everfrost lands, instantly cleanses Dopa, but I think it's not going to be enough, and he's going to drop. You can see how the Everfrost guys, just add to Everfrost, guaranteed CC. Then when you, after you CC them, pop a bubble, they're stunned. Then you can queue up your Q, get your teammates to help out. And now we're going to be able to pick up this tower. Now take note what he does. You see him using abilities, it empowers his auto attacks to do extra damage to the towers. Always be hard spamming your abilities on the towers to make sure you're getting the extra damage. As we zoom down into the bot lane. Dopa up in 5 with ultimate. Hi Nautilus. Cleanse, bubble lands, Everfrost. Yeah, sure, 6 kills now into the game. How nice is the champion to watch, but hey. But what separates this Zoe from all the rest is his consistency. Just like Z99, these one tricks, man. They're mechanically as skilled as some of the other like 600-700 LP one tricks. But it just seems like their macro and their decision making is just so much more consistent in SoloQ that they're able to excel to the top of the ladder, 1500 LP or whatnot, rank 4. Like there's a huge gap. And it's mainly just because he's not... There's just the one thing that you notice is these players just don't take uncalculated risks. They're very measured. They're very controlled. They'll explode when they need to, but they're not going to take very high-risk plays, okay? You'll notice this amongst all the top-tier solo queue players. Dopa comes in, looking for the pick onto Lee Sin. They should be able to get Lee, but at what cost? Watch the Zoe in the back line. Everfrost lands, deters Dopa. Dopa flashes in. And we just have to disengage. Enemy team coming back into the game. You don't want this Kai'Sa getting ahead. One interesting thing is he picked up an Oblivion Orb. He really enjoys Morello. I can't put my finger on it, on why he enjoys Morello so much. Even when the enemy team has fuck all healing, let's be honest. A lot of the high elo, like even, mostly in China, but also in Korea, they love anti-heal so much. And you'll probably see him this game. I mean, I reckon a Banshees would be a good call. Could be an Hourglass too. It looks like it's going to be something defensive. Gotta get some, I gotta get a little bit more zoom out to check these bubbles, mate. It's all about getting into terrain. If you're gonna play Zoe, guys, go into practice tool. I do quick cast with indicator on my E, okay? Don't quick cast your E's. I see a lot of Zoe players that do it. How the hell are you going to be able to tell? Sometimes the terrain is long, sometimes it's short. Get quick cast with indicator on your E, and you just hold it and line it up on the terrain, and then you let go when it's perfect. Or quick cast, you can just quick cast E if it's in short range, you don't have to line it up. Okay, so you hold E, and you line it up on the terrain. It's so easy to do, and I see a lot of people stuff it up. I do the same with like Rumble Ultimate and things like that. As Nautilus goes in, hits the ultimate on the Zoe. We sit in the back line, able to pick up the Nautilus. I'm really running away with the game here. Dopa with his trademarked split push side lane. Has no ultimate, so I'm guessing Dopa just wants to drop in hip and him farm up the side lane. He's about the same level as Zoe. He's even an XP, but... Oh my god, good Zoe. Looking for the poke in the back lines. Clear's able to pick up the Lee butt. And now Dopa. Where's Dopa? Where's Dopa? Where's Dopa? He has ult. This should be the set coming in. Now Zoe has no mana. Oh, we cleanse the set. Genius. And he's going to be able to live here. Oh, the enemy team comes back with only... They're only like down 3.5, 4k gold now. Really nice setup. We have no mana. No mana. And you need to be really careful. Probably hit the reset, guys. Talia's spamming Baron up in 9. I really think they cannot try it. So he heads back to base. Finishes the Morello, mind you. Finishes the Morello. It's actually a very cheap legendary item. As Lee Sin moves in for the kick. Bit of an int. Oh my god, they're throwing. Please live, Riven. Oh, that's a big boy ultimate. And we'll just shove mid as the Zoe. No Magi's, man. I'm disappointed in you. Let's go over this battlefield and pick up some summoners. Dragon spawning 155. As we should finally see a little bit of the map's pace slow down and slightly, you'd hope. Wait, why did I think Dragon spawning in 20 seconds? I was going over bloody red buff on the indicator. Sorry, Dragon in 10 seconds. So we're going to see no slowdown at all. The most important bit is watching the Zoe, how she plays with terrain for these objective setups. The more terrain, the better for Zoe, really. Gives you a lot better angles. Because you can, like, through here, right? And through here, you can hit amazing bubbles. There's so many different angles you can hit. You can, like, go, if you're here and you can R over here into a bubble up here. Like, there's so many different things that you need to know to get win cons on Zoe. And if you don't know the angles, then you really shouldn't be playing her in ranked. As we see Riven solo the Drake, this team just hovers in the mid. Beautiful flash kick. Seraphine ult comes through. Zoe bubble goes wide. Looking to pick up the Nautilus now. Lee Sin is a maniac. Zoe picks up the flash. And they're coming through in the mid lane looking for an N. All the skill shots land. They're pinging Nash. I don't know if they can end here. It's in Korea, so they're going to risk it. Set ult comes through. I think they should be able to kill the set. No. Now they have no wave left, and they'll have to leave. It's funny how many games Dopa wins like this, where the game just seems unwinnable. He holds his own, just farms, sits back, and he actually takes over games sometimes. Like, he's same level keeping up with Zoe. If enemy team wins one fight into the Nash, they're only 2k gold behind. They'll win the game. A little bit nervous. Ultimate comes out from the Twisted Fate, checking all the bases. Thank you for the gromp, good sir. I love toads. Uh-oh. Bubble lands on the Talia, but at what cost? Everfrost. And they should do a Nash setup because there's no jungler left for blue side. It's a dream scenario for the Zoe bot, and it looks like it's going to be a bait. Everything lands onto the Talia. They're able to get it. Here comes the set, though. I think it's going to be a red side win. And just watch the Zoe. Like, you sit so far back trying to weave in skill shots, but you're not actually able to get anything done. Enemy team's going to come up with a gold lead now. And this is where you struggle as Zoe. It's actually genuinely hard to coordinate your team to play with Zoe. When you got the lead, you need to really press it. Because if the enemy team has the time to come back into the game, regroup, enemy support gets something like the locket to avoid your poke, it's a bad time. And you can see he's working his way towards the Void Staff in the 3rd item slot. Now, if you snowball on Zoe, don't be afraid, guys, to go Horizon Focus. Everfrost, Horizon Focus into Void Staff should be your core 3, I think, a majority of the time, unless they have a lot of healing, unless you need a really defensive item like an Hourglass into Nocturnes. I still can't put my finger on why he has instantly finished the Morello into this game. If anyone has the answer, I'd like to know. Let's look at the gold. In the mid lane, 10.4 for the Zoe, 9.3 for Dopa. I'm impressed with this Talia coming back into the game. Has a level advantage, 13 stacks onto the Magi's. And just a 1k gold advantage now for red side. Lee Sin looking to try and pick up. That's a beautiful kick. Huge Seraphine ult. Riven moves in for the engage. Zoe on the backline cleanses out. And you're looking just to weave as much as you can. Hits the Everfrost. Now to time every summoner spell and get into the middle of the fight. That's our 4 for 1. And they should run through because it's only Dopa remaining. 7-0-6. Really good game from the Zoe. Just unkillable, right? A lot of these fights, like his team completely pulled the trigger and went in. But even when it was the bad call, the Zoe didn't fully commit. He kept himself safe. Still has his 1k bounty to his head. Flashes in for the Everfrost here. Dopa gets aced. And they're going to come away with the dub. And that's how you do it, boys. A great matchup. Honestly, I really enjoyed this VOD. Much better than I thought. And this is how you play Zoe. Good luck in your games, guys. Have a great weekend, alright? Wait a minute. Are they going to get it? They do. I'll catch you boys later. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you could. I'll catch you next time. Peace.